Good evening, and welcome back to Science and Sorcery in 2024. Just letting people, take that in for a moment, letting people cope. I'm sorry, it's not our fault. It is 2024. And welcome to Science and Sorcery. Tonight we have a very special first stream of the year with a stream of the fantastic game Goblin with a Fat Ass.
I'm so excited for this. I am
genuinely
so fucking excited.
As
I've been discussing things in chat all day.
All right, and welcome back, Rachel, one of our regulars here on Science and Sorcery. And thank you all for coming and joining us. Especially thank you to those who are watching for the first time. Thank you so much. Hope this is, if you found us because of our upcoming live show jointly with the Vagina Museum, hopefully this is a good introduction to the channel. But before we get into all of our announcements and all of the things we're going to be doing in the future and the rest of the evening, first, let me introduce my fellow players and our Game Master. Our Game Master for tonight is Sam Langford, who is Sam Size on Twitch and Twitter. We're not calling it by its other name. Who's going to be the... What's it called? In this game, Sam? What is your title?
Disaster Master? I think it's something like that.
I think it's Disaster Master.
Disaster Master DM. It works. Yeah.
We would normally call Sam our producer, but I think we might need to make Sam's title our Disaster Master, just in general.
Alex in the chat saying Ass Master.
Oh, the Master.
I'm voting to rename producer to Disaster Master, and in order to get confirmation of Sam's change in title, I'm gonna throw over to our other Science and Sorcery team member, Alex Holt, our resident artist, tonight playing the role of the Goblin. How do you pronounce it, Alex?
Boo. It's probably going to change several times in the fight. Bo Dunkaduk, but it's Bodunkaduk.
Bodunkadunk. Alex, welcome back to Science and Sorcery. Also joining us tonight, one of our regular players in our campaign, Rachel. Rachel, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going well, thank you.
Good. And a very special guest for this Friday evening stream, who has previously DM'd, and you should look it up on YouTube, just so you can hear his beautiful French accent. The Search for the Sausage Dragon, Rob. Rob, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm looking forward to trying out new RPGs and charting new territory.
And mapping all of that ass. I'm not gonna mention your employer, just if you want to, you're welcome to, but because of the chat we had earlier, I don't want to throw you in the deep end with your boss. Anyways. This is our cast for the evening, but before we get into things, there's a few announcements. First of all, on Sunday, we're going to be back with a different TTRPG. It's not even going to be 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Instead, I am going to be running a game of You Awaken in a Strange Place for Sam, Alex, possibly Rachel, and our other regular player, Khalil Thurlway. So I haven't actually read the rules yet, but I'm sure it's going to be really, really fun. We will also then be back next week, Sunday, with our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign, Witness to Ruin, where our party, I think, is going to go off. Bunch of teenagers off to discover why there's an undead plague in the forest.
Yeah.
That's not going to go wrong at all. And then on the 2nd of February, we will be joining with the Vagina Museum, one of the UK's best museums, for Clitical Hits, a one-shot all about the clitoris. It's gonna be great. Rachel will be there. I'm gonna be DMing that. Other players to be announced shortly. It'll be lots of fun, so stay tuned for more information on that. Now, we have only one other announcement. And it's a very special announcement. And normally this is where Sam would do some slam poetry or put on a costume as if he's about to perform the Ride of the Valkyries. But alas, Instead, you're just going to have me telling you to go to valkyrierpg.co.uk and use the code CyanSorcery for 30% off on all of your TTRPG purchases. Thank you so much again, Valkyrie RPG, for sponsoring our stream. It's absolutely incredible. We get to have this incredible partnership, and we hope you enjoy these goblins with these fat asses. So, on that note, Sam, would you like to tell the audience what the fuck is going on?
We are playing Goblin with a Fat Ass. This is as a D6 system where, unsurprisingly, all of our players are playing goblins, and all of them in some way have a fat ass. And yeah, we're going to see exactly what it is that they get up to in this game. This is a pretty much fully improv game. I've done very little prep, other than I know what their goal is. We'll find out exactly how to get there in the end. And I think we should just dive on in and we'll find out more about who our characters are, and how they got the ass that they have. So, players, are you all ready?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay.
Let's find out.
So.
Ass, we all have one. But not all asses are created equal. Sometimes they're flat, sometimes they're fat, and sometimes you're a straight male fighter with no definition in your glutes. And sometimes, when you're incredibly lucky, you're a horrible little goblin with a really fat ass. And tonight, we have 4 goblins with 4 very different asses, but one common goal: to steal the world's most expensive dog, a bully XL called Fido, from the lair of Sparky Tompkins, fireworks magnate, and known locally as an utter cunt. Our 4 goblins are on approach to the mansion held by Sparky Tompkins and find themselves faced with a challenge. The mansion is surrounded by high stone walls, patrolled by guards with crossbows. What other dangers face them behind these walls, they currently don't know, but this main gate is heavily guarded, and the only visible entrance is a large wooden door. So I'm going to start by getting you all to introduce your goblins, and we're then going to find out how you all know each other and why you want the dog. So we're going to start with Fuckwit Dickman. Dagmar, can you tell me who's your goblin and why are they here?
Yeah, excuse me. It's Fuckwit Dickman Esquire, attorney at law. I am here to represent my clients, Moonbiter and Badunka Dunk, as they go to rescue their warlock patron, Fido, from his capture in this fireworks factory. I'm a very well-trained lawyer. I have a green dump truck of an ass, and I've worked very hard for it, lifting weights, climbing over my opponents, to the annoyance of the judge. It's not really appropriate for a courtroom setting, apparently, and also doing regular calisthenics on the judge's desk. And that is who I am, and that is why I am here.
Okay, next we're going to come to Moonbiter. Can you tell us about who your goblin is, please, Rob?
Alright, hello everyone. Name's Moonbiter. I'm a goblin warlock who was blessed by a lovely nymph, lovely fella, with a juggernaut of an ass. I know a lot of things about different things, including candles, alchemy, skinny dipping, and various meat pies. I've decided to come here firstly because I've got to rescue my patron, a poor, persecuted XL bully, in the current climate, but also because the nymph who blessed me with my ass, well, he loves dogs. And in the demi-plane in which he exists, he doesn't get to see dogs very often. So I really just want to give him the chance to see a beautiful XL bully in all its glory.
And the other client for Fuckwit Dickman Esquire, Badunka Dunk.
Yes. So it may be written as Badunkadunk, but it is Bodunkaduk. The pronunciation varies depending on how pretentious they're being at any given moment. They also have a green dump truck ass. They, however, are a veteran. They got it in the Goblin Wars. They snuck behind enemy lines to the enemy pudding depository and ate all the pudding, and now they got a dump truck ass out of it. And in the fever dream induced by eating 30 cubic meters of pudding, they saw this dog in a dream and gained powers from it. And now they must free it.
30 cubic meters of pudding is a lot of pudding. That is a lot of pudding. And we come to our final goblin, who hasn't been mentioned yet as a client for our other two. So where does Riz fit into this scenario?
Riz is just kind of like a cool guy, just kind of rizzing around. He was a camp counselor at a wizard summer camp, and everyone wanted pancakes, and Riz aims to please. So Riz made some pancakes. They weren't quite fluffy enough, so he found a scroll of enlarge and just kind of fucked it up. So now his ass is a thick stack of pancakes, not quite a dump truck, but it's very visible. But yeah, Riz loves a party. Riz loves, just a little bit of positive attention, and everybody loves a dog. So if you're going to be the Riz master, you got to have a dog in your pack. Do you know what I mean? So kind of overheard there was a little plan to get a dog involved, and just thought, hey, why not? The Riz goes where the wind blows. Let's Riz it up.
A brilliant group of ne'er-do-wells that have come together to rescue, liberate Fido from this mansion. You find yourselves outside the mansion grounds, one large wooden door, walls where you can see two guards moving back and forth, and what looks like a drawbridge going on. Occasionally fireworks will pop off, which is just Sparky's way of kind of showing dominance. His neighbours are not the biggest fans of him. What would you like to do?
He's setting those fireworks off real prematurely. Do you think it's a sign?
Well, I hope it's not disturbing the XL bully. I want it unspoiled.
We'll get him off the charges. It'll be fine.
Not like that. Maybe he's just, trying to impress someone, just trying to get a little attention. Like the Riz Master doesn't need to do stunts like that, but maybe a, cat with a lesser cool profile might need to do something to feel special. The Riz Master is very special.
Riz, I knew you were going to be the right person to look after Fido once we free him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I literally can't wait. Just big group of people rubbing my dog and me just basking in it.
It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Right, how are we getting past this drawbridge then?
So there's a drawbridge and then a wall. With two guards.
A wall with a large wooden door. The guards are not at ground level. The guards are on like a wall perimeter that they are just patrolling back and forth.
Alright, look, I've got these 3 different pairs of shoes, some sunglasses and an overcoat. I suggest we all stack on top of one another with the coat on and pretend to be inspecting the factory.
Oh yeah, if the door's not up to code or something, you can do them for it. Then they'll have to open it.
Exactly. Or I could just pick the lock. If it's up to code, I mean. They won't let us in.
You can pick the lock to check if it's up to code.
Exactly. Who's going on the bottom of the stack?
Who's got the biggest ass?
Who's the power bottom?
I've got a juggernaut of an ass, but it is non-Euclidean in nature. I don't know what that means for stacking.
I'm gonna need. If it all goes wrong at the date, there's a chance I might be able to light some of these fireworks on fire and create a distraction. So if I could have an eye line, if the Riz Master
Yeah,
could
it
have
sounds to me like Riz is the party face. I'm
It
gonna
wants
need
to
my
stop.
hands free. So why don't we go Moonbiter, Baydunk-a-dink, then me, and then Riz.
Great idea, fuckwit dick man.
It's Mr. Dickman to you.
Yes, sir.
Alright, Warlock's on bottom, as it always is.
So
Your babies, all of them.
you're stacking. Okay. Can I get you all, please, to make me an ass roll?
Yes.
So what you need to do is roll 1d6 and then an additional d6 for every ass size that you have. A 4 or higher is a success.
Gotcha.
So if it's an ass size of 4, you roll 4d6.
5d6. 1 original and then 4 additional.
Ooh, okay.
So I do have a 6 in there.
Okay.
I've got a 6 as well and no ones.
No ones.
I have no 6s and 1 1.
Ooh. Okay.
And I have 1 6 and 1 1.
Okay.
One of each.
So, let's say again, how many ones were there?
I have 1.
Right, and how many 6s? 3. Okay, so two of those 6s, 2 of those 1s cancel each other out. We have 1 additional 6. So you are able to stack yourselves together. You're like, goblins are small, but they're not that small. So you do look like a quite tall gentleman, and it's fairly convincing. What is the jacket you're wearing? Is it like an overcoat? What type of coat are you putting on?
It is. So it's actually like a brocaded, purple, reddish, burgundy-ish velvet, a bathrobe. But one of the ones only really rich people would wear.
Okay. Right. And you want to be like a health inspector or like checking
Obviously.
the door is up to code.
Obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
These people that work here in the mansion are used to the fancy. They're used to the high class coming in. Whether that is like food code inspectors or politicians or similar, so you don't look out of place, and that additional 6 will say that like a house coat will do.
Perfect.
4 goblins in a house coat, perfect. Well stacked. What are you doing?
Are we approaching the door, the guard at the door?
Yeah.
Did we
Okay.
not stack next to the door? Did we stack further away and then have to awkwardly shuffle closer?
You didn't say
Of
that
course
you went.
we did.
Yeah, you're further away, so you now need to.
We stacked and then we approached. That's so we don't arouse suspicion.
Who is on bottom? One of the
Yes,
warlocks.
Moonbiter.
Yeah.
The non-Euclidean ass.
Moonbiter, can I please have you roll another ass roll for waddling forward, please?
I'm gonna use my warlock special ability to treat my ass with a size of 1 due to its non-Euclidean nature for the sake of this movement to try to avoid fucking it up.
Amazing.
It is a 2.
Okay. You with a 2 will start to kind of one side, oh, one side, oh, one side, oh, and the top goblin will fall off, and you'll see that Riz is on top. You will just kind of collapse, and the top of the house coat will just like cover fuckwit below. Riz will just fall to the floor.
Okay, I have fallen to the floor. Can I also just get under the coat? Like, as I fall to the floor, am I taking the coat with me?
No,
No, I've got the coat. As one of my skills as a thief is pulling a fast one. So,
Nice.
can I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna very quickly drop another pair of like just sort of shove a pair of shoes out, and tell Riz to make it seem as if I've got 4 feet. And this is perfectly normal.
Hell
right.
yeah.
So that is a skill that you want to add to a roll.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
So make me another roll. This is risky
Yes.
because adding an extra pair of feet to a man is a risky business.
It is.
So roll me an ass roll and add an additional d6 for your skill.
Okay, that's 6d6. Ooh, I've lost the dice somewhere. I have a 5,
Yep.
2 4s, a 3, and 2 2s.
Okay, so that's a success. It's not a particularly good
I'm gonna fuck
success,
them dice.
but nobody is questioning that this is a 4-footed man.
Thick.
He's just a
Of
bit
course not.
shorter. But now, Fuckwit, you are the face.
I am now the face. I would like to request that they open the gate immediately, as we are here to inspect the fireworks factory to make sure that all the fireworks are as explosives as they should be, and no more and no less.
You just watch as this frog folk will look over at you like, who the fuck are you? Why have you got 4 feet?
I am here to make sure the factory is up to code. I've got 4 feet because I lost 2 others in an accident at the canning factory down the road.
So you had 6 feet and now you only have 4?
Who are you to judge me?
I'm not judging, I'm just inquisitive.
That's not your job though, is it?
You've got me there. I'm just a guard. So, right. Do you have a permit?
I've got a permit. I would like to very quickly just pull out the loose, one of the blocks of ramen that forms part of my loose sandwich that I have in my pocket, wave it in this direction and stick it back in.
Okay.
Like when the cops flash their badge, but it's ramen that I'm pretending is a permit.
Just like, as this is happening, is anyone else doing anything, or are you just staying quiet within the house coat?
I'm, just in case this turns violent, within the coat, I'm pulling out my oversized key, which is oversized in that it's bigger than me, and I use to hit people with.
Just a giant key. Okay,
Yeah.
Can you describe the key for me? Is it like an old-fashioned, like long bar with prongs, or is it one of the modern ones that is like you would find?
I think it's actually one of those like weird like circular ones that you use for like safes and stuff.
Right. Okay.
So it's
Okay.
it like in combat use it like kind of like a cookie cutter.
But Dunkadunk's actually a cookie cutter shark.
Okay. You have your cookie cutter at the ready.
Yeah.
Are Moonbiter and Riz doing anything?
I'm going to focus on not falling over.
Great.
Riz just peeking out of the bottom of the coat looking for fireworks that could potentially be lit on fire if we need a distraction.
Oh, okay. Would you like to look for any?
Yes, please.
Could
I
you
would.
just make this is not a risky thing. This is just a looking around thing. So just 1d6 for me, please.
1d6 coming right up. That's a 5.
You can see that underneath the drawbridge, in a small moat underneath, there are lines of small fireworks. Kind of Catherine wheels. You have sparklers. You have quite large ones that you would expect will go off with a bit of a bang if they were to be lit.
Which side of the drawbridge are we on? We're not going to go in the moat if I light those up, right?
You're kind of in the middle of it, heading towards the door. They're not directly underneath, so you're not gonna like blow the drawbridge up. You would just set off
Okay.
like a line of fireworks on either side if you were to hit them.
Okay, great. Perfect.
Ramen, could you please roll me an ass roll, and you're using your ramen as part of this, so I'm going to say situationally. The frog is quite far away, and it's hard to see, so add an extra
Yes.
d6.
2d6. That's a 6 and a 5 and a 6.
A 6, a 5, and a 6. So 2.
Oh, sorry, no, a 5 and a 6.
So
I
one
misspoke.
6. Okay, that's fine.
1 6
Sorry.
1 5.
They are like, I guess we were expecting you. No one told me that we were expecting a door inspector today. To be honest, we've never had a door inspector before, so this is completely new.
I'm gonna have to inspect all of the doors, including inside. Especially if you've got any that are on like glass cages. Those are very important.
Well, I don't know anything about that, but we do have like a lot of doors in here. We might
Very
have
good.
to assign you like a guide just to show you where all of them are.
Perfect.
Okay, well, you get on with inspecting the first door. We won't just let you in because you should inspect it and see if it's good enough and up to code.
Well, I don't think it is. And I'm gonna just like sort of nudge Badunkadunk and then Moonbiter through Badunkadunk on to approach the door, and I want to try to lockpick it.
Can I give you some of my ball bearings so that you can pretend that the lock's broken? It's just like, see, it's kind of...
I have a skill of lockpicking, so I'd like to try to just break it open first.
Okay, fair
but
enough.
otherwise, I'm happy to take a ball bearing and pretend that the lock is filled with ball bearings.
Okay. The lawyer thief is trying their best with this, but before Fuckwit tries to fuck with the door, is anyone else doing anything? Riz, are you looking at these fireworks? Moonbite, are you just maintaining control? Anyone doing anything?
I'm looking. I feel as soon as the eye's not on us anymore, then I might light the fireworks, just so we don't have to have this guide. Like, don't want someone tagging along.
Yeah, of course. So as you get to the door, like the kind of ramparts above you are, like you're obscured. They can't see you, you can't see them. So you would absolutely be in a safe place at this point if you want to try and do that.
I lockpick, you set them off, and then we all run.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait. I have another idea too. Briefly, I am also a master of goblin occult. So I can use this bottle of oil to draw a little symbol on it that will make the door possessed by evil fart ghosts.
Fart ghosts?
Yeah.
Do you say bark, B-A-R-K, or fart, F-A-R?
Yeah, because I'm not sure
Okay.
which one you said.
I thought maybe door, bark, okay.
Like when a fart dies, it becomes a fart ghost.
I
Doing some
love
great
it.
psychom tonight.
What? Just from an artistic point of view, I think it's inspired. But what's the purpose?
Oh, I mean, it will just like keep the guards distracted for our exit. By like
Okay.
they'll be just like they're just really eggy, and that people won't want to be too close to the door.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, you put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
We want to lockpick the door,
Yes.
Mhm.
light some fireworks on fire, curse the door.
Yes.
Sure.
Not necessarily in that order.
Which order do we
Curse
want
the
to
door
do it?
before the fireworks.
What order do we want to do it?
I didn't mind that.
Fireworks and lockpicking simultaneously, and then curse the door right afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, if we get in though, will we need to lockpick? Will we need the fireworks? Sorry,
But we don't want a guide.
we don't want a guide. All right,
No.
yeah, got ya.
Unless we've got other ways to get rid of guides, but I don't know what everyone's expertise is.
Okay.
I mean, there's always.
Well,
We
should we
can
see how your
always kill
lockpick goes, and then like play it by ear from there?
Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
Right. Can I get both Fuckwit and Riz to roll me an ass roll for a risky move, and Fuckwit, actually Riz as well, because like you're proficient in fire. To
I
also
believe Riz is using their ability, which
Yeah, so it'd be a
means it's
skill.
just an ass roll, without adding anything to it.
oh yeah, you'd be right.
Yeah.
So it would be an ass roll. And
And
then-
I'm gonna add stuff.
Yeah.
I've got 66 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So it's a success, but the 1 and the 6, they negate
Cancel each other out, yeah.
Yep,
So I've got a 1 and a 6, which cancel.
yep,
And then I've got a 4,
yep.
and then I've got a 1.
Right. So
It's not good.
You succeed, but there's a consequence.
Oh.
Because the 1 and the 6 cancel each other out. You've won 1 left, but you got the 4, so the 4 is a success. Okay, so Fuckwit, you are able to take your. What was the tools you had? Is it just like a lock picking tool?
I'm actually using the leg of one of the one of the pairs of sunglasses I have to lockpick.
What type of sunglasses do you have? What are they?
I've got 3 sets, so these are the aviators.
Okay, you've taken your aviators out. You've taken what? Is it staying attached or is it snapping off?
No, it's staying attached.
Staying attached.
I'm very
You wanna
skilled.
Keep them in like.
I've
full
got
contact.
the sunglasses and a single match, and that's what I'm using.
A single match. Okay.
I've got a box of matches on me. Yeah.
Folks at home, this is exactly how you lockpick. Like the leg of sunglasses and like a flammable object, and like you place them into the lock,
Exactly.
and like you're fiddling around at the bottom. Moonbiter's just like trying to maintain balance. You hear 1, 2, 3, 4 pegs move. The door clicks open, and at that point, Riz, what does your flame look like in order to set the fireworks off?
So the flame is just kind of like almost little motes of fire that go out to the fireworks coming out of the fingers, like it's a very fire. But one of them, for the consequence, I imagine might just catch on the end of the coat.
Well, I was actually thinking that as that moat came out and lit the fireworks off, you watch as those sparklers go up. It's lovely to watch. You watch as Catherine wheels start to spin, and then you watch this like comically large firework that is in the shape of. Is that a hot dog? It is a hot dog. Starts to like burst out, and you watch as this magical tomato ketchup and mustard flies out, and then wait, that's not ketchup. That, oh my god, that is blood. And you just get showered in blood as it comes down, and the mustard continues not onto you but over onto the top of the wall, and you just hear screams.
I go back under the coat.
The door's open.
This door's not up to code, and I'm just gonna shove through and tell Moonbiter to run, but I'm gonna jump off and run myself as well.
Okay, you can do that. But Dunka, you gonna turn back round and try to curse the door?
Yeah, I will curse the door with fart ghosts.
Okay, if you make an ass roll for me, please.
There's a 6 and a 1 that cancel out, but I also got a 5 and a 4.
Okay, so that's a success. What does this look like?
So you know, like smell lines in a comic or like a cartoon.
Mhm.
It's like that, but they've got like little like whoa faces on them.
And you just watch as you do this small little face appear in the door that's just like, who did this?
I run away.
Okay, does everybody follow?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you find yourselves inside this large. If you've ever watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it looks like the inside of one of these mansions. There is a lot of stonework inside here. It is a bit OTT. You see that there are what look to be continually burning flames that are giving off different coloured salt sparks, as though there are fireworks continuing to burn forever. There are no doors off to the left or the right or beyond what you see as this large staircase moving up to the top floor of the building.
Are there any candles around?
Yeah, you'd be able to find some candles. Whether you want like regular candles or Roman candles, they would be found here.
Because one of my skills is candles, so I would like. So yeah, I think just regular candles.
Right.
And what I want to do is, so we're inside, but we're now separate goblins again. So I want to make, out of wax, a human head that we can like prop up on a stick, just out of wax to pretend to.
Okay, regular candle to make a human head
Of wax by like
out
carving
of
the
wax. Yeah. Well, first of all, let's deal with that. Yes, you can do that. So make me an ass roll. I don't think there's anything additional to add to this. So
Can I give Badunkadunk a knife to help him with the carving process?
Sure, add an extra d6 for the knife.
Okay, I need it. Nope.
And a d6 for the candle skill, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's
you've
right.
got a candle skill.
Oh,
Yes.
In
Two
the
ones.
chat, we've got a question. What kind of human head is it, Alex?
I think this will depend now because we've got 2 ones.
I think it's like what whatever my name is pronounced like this week's image of like a human like theater star, like someone they were trying to go for like really sexy, but it's really bad.
What I am imagining is, do you remember when there was that painting of Jesus and they tried to to touch it up? You have made the shit version of that.
I was gonna say that is just a Cristiano Ronaldo statue.
Or that. It could also be the Cristiano Ronaldo statue. But he's a horrible human being, so we will leave. You've not made.
Oh, that's
that.
true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
You have made a horrible, grotesque human face. And what are you doing with it?
I want to stick it on a stick, so we can like stick it round corners to pretend to be a person.
Okay, so it's a look around a corner human face on a stick.
Yeah.
And if anyone screams, we know there's people in that corridor.
Wax horrible head is what I'm adding to my list of things I have.
I was expecting it might be like we'll put it inside the coat and walk that around, but no.
That's what I was thinking.
You okay? Inventory wise, you have a horrible human wax face on a stick. As you're doing that, the commotion outside. There is just another goblin comes running down the stairs. It was like, oh, I was supposed to show you around, but there's some problems upstairs. I'm just gonna go out front and try to extinguish. And just runs up to the front door, and you just see this face going, password. And the goblin's like, wait, this door normally did this door?
It's not up to code.
Oh, how do we fix it?
Give it the password.
What's the password? I don't know the password. With people on fire outside.
I don't know. It's your door. We've got our inspection to do. Come on.
You just leave a goblin there, just like making that noise,
Yes.
and there's just a face.
He's not registered the fact there's 4 goblins here instead of 1 tall person.
Yeah.
with 4 feet. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna go.
I mean, people got set on fire outside by some sort of falling mustard. He's not having a bad day.
It's very upsetting.
Before you head up the stairs.
Too bad he doesn't know the password.
No, he's just there having a conversation with a fart monster. But Dunkadunk has a face on a stick. What are the rest of you doing? Anything before you head up the stairs to try and prepare?
Is there? So you said there's like these sort of continual flames. Is there anything sort of magical, like some reagents or potions or anything that could be used to create something?
Would you like
The
to?
Rift would like to detect magic.
Okay.
I like it.
I would say then you can roll 2d6, one regular and one as a kind of magical skill then, Riz. And Moonbiter, you can roll one regular unless there's anything you want to do as a warlock as part of that.
No, that's all good. I'll just roll regular.
I got a 2 and a 6.
Okay.
I got 2.
Okay, so a 6 is a good roll. You are able to see that we have these continually burning flames, but below this you can see small little vials of what regular people would think is just incense burning. But you are able to tell that this is magical flammable liquids that you could probably use for ulterior motives if you were to remove them from their current use.
Moonbiter's going to shuffle over to Riz and say, "Hey Riz, what have you got? What have you found?"
I think we've got some magic liquids over here, if you know what I mean. Might start a couple more fires. What do you say we nab a few?
Well, what I like to do whenever I find bottles with anything in it is mix them up before I use them. And I'd like to grab all of the bottles and use my alchemy skill to try to mix them into something far more destructive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this will be an ass roll and a skill additional roll.
Right, that's 7 dice.
My instinct every time someone rolls is to say, "Can I cast guidance?" But I don't know how that would work in this
I think you
situation.
find it cast guide ass.
As an Asquire, I approve this
Yes.
message.
I've got a 6 and a 1 which cancel out, and then my highest is a 4.
Okay, so a 4 is a success. It's not an extra good success, but you are able to mix, I would say, 3 of these incenses together to create a slightly, actually probably quite more powerful, potent potion there. And yeah, this is flammable, but with someone like Rizzy's power around, probably able to guide it to exactly where you need to go. Someone
Right, so
who can
Moonbiter
control
does sort of like a cocktail thing where he like pours the various things in, shakes them up, pours them all over each other, spits in it, and then like he's left with this weird like slightly bubbling thing with like slightly congealing parts at the top of it. He hands it to Riz, winks, and then walks away.
The Riz just said, the Riz just got rizzed. Damn, he's a powerful guy. Like, just pockets it in awe.
As Moonbiter walks away, you swear you see his ass grow.
Don't stare too long.
It'll
I'll
get
try.
bigger.
Those who stare into the ass find the ass staring back into them. It's the
I
old
watched
goblin
Ass
proverb.
Ever Grow.
It'll wink. You gotta watch out.
Are we heading up the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay. What order are we going in? Are we staying as we are, or are we sending the face first of all?
I've got a skill of sneaking, so I'm happy to go up ahead with the head on a stick if Badunkadunk wants to
Yeah,
loan
you
it
can
to
have
me.
the horrible head on a stick.
I will take the head on a stick. I'm gonna put one pair of sunglasses over its eyes to make it slightly less horrible.
Okay.
These are,
It's now a cool head on a stick.
yeah, these are like very like old Hollywood sunglasses.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You've sent
I'll
Catherine
put the overcoat
Hepburn.
over the stick as well.
Okay, you've sent Catherine Hepburn up ahead.
Yes.
Can I get?
I
you
haven't
to-
got any hair though.
Oh,
I've
no.
only got sunglasses and a coat.
Oh no! Yeah. So
It's bald Catherine
bald
Hepburn.
Catherine Hepburn. Breakfast at Tiffany's has come to the Sparky Mansion.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Can you please make me a skill roll and an X, like, so 3d6 please, a regular roll, a skill roll for sneaking, and one for the face.
That is going to be 2 2s and a 3.
Okay. You kind of walk up the stairs first of all. You're carrying a wax face on a stick that is heavier than you thought it was going to be. So you manage to trip over one of your feet.
I have a skill of weightlifting. Can I roll an additional dice?
You can roll an additional dice. Yeah, go for it.
That's a 6.
You start to trip, but manage to keep yourself up. And as that happens, you watch as you lift the stick back up. The face like kind of sloughs off of the stick, and there's just like this wax face flying in the air right now. It is spinning for what seems like an ungodly amount of time, and is about to come crashing back down towards you.
Can I use my ability to instantly steal any loose object not held or worn by rolling ass in order to catch it before it falls?
Yeah, I think that tracks. That does
Okay.
that makes sense in the context of this game.
You catch it between your cheeks.
That is 4 6s and a 4.
Nice.
You catch
That's
it between your
good.
cheeks.
I turn around. The green dump truck clenches with all the squats I've done in order to gain the green dump truck up an ass. But just squeezes just enough that the head doesn't lose its form that it's been given by its creator.
Well, actually, because of your ass and with those 4 6s, not only do you catch it, but you watch, like everybody else watches as the kind of ass muscles start to like move around, and this face is molded into like the most gorgeous, like Hollywood A-lister face.
I'm picturing just like handsome Squidward, to be honest.
And that is what I'm picturing as well. But yeah.
Ah, perfect. I'll put it
Moonbite
back on the
is-
stick.
Moonbite is just going to stop for a second and clap at such a prodigious display of ass.
And
Just
I would say that it's your ass cheeks that clap as well, and rather than just like,
all of us just like,
Did you know I once
Yeah.
killed a guy? I buried him under some floorboards. But the sound of his ass cheeks clapping kept me up at night. Drove me mad.
With great ass comes, well, great responsibility.
I'm laughing both at that and at the fact Hogan just posted in the chat, what is the sound of one ass clapping?
we need a Foley artist, don't we? Just like to have that like on stream, just like. Nah, it's not. quite
Where are
right.
you, Neil?
Yeah, Khalil would do us a really good ass clap.
We'll get him on Sunday. I'm gonna text him right now, and on Sunday we will get the sound of one ass clapping.
So you have
So
you have
tune
managed to.
in then.
You have managed to maintain, actually, elevate this wax face and continue up the stairs. Are you moving the ass around the corner? Moving the face around the corner?
I'm moving both the face and the ass around the corners.
It's hard not to move the ass around the corner.
It is.
The face goes round a corner, and the face sees, but also you're able to see, that there is just a quite large house cat sitting with 2 paws just folded over, surveying.
I go hit it with a key.
Now, I'm pretty sure that as we have 2 warlocks in the party, you don't need to even hit it with a key. You can just roll ass to take it out non-lethally instantly instead.
can.
But I'm happy for you to hit
I'm
it
hitting
with
it
a key instead.
You want to try and hit the cat with a key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do any of you speak feline?
The only language they know is violence.
So you approach the cat, and the cat will very clearly see you coming as you're walking out with a comically large key for a goblin. and will just look you straight in the face, and you'll watch the kind of back arch as it will look at you and say, "Dear heavens, what have I dragged in?"
I hit it with a key.
You should try and hit the cat with a key. Okay, roll me an ass roll, please.
An ass roll. There's a 5 in there, but there's also a 1.
Okay, yeah. So a 5 and a 1. You are able to hit it with a key, and you will bonk it on the head, and it will look at you and just hiss like, and will like swipe across your face, and it will swipe across one of your eyes, and Badunkadunk is now half blinded through one eye. I don't believe we've met, and now you've come here and just... What is that you're carrying anyway?
I hit it with the key again.
Sure, do the exact same again.
Can I
There's a
try to
6
distract the
and
cat?
2 4s.
Okay, that's fine.
What was it, sorry?
There was a 6 and 2 4s, no 1s.
A 6 and 2 4s. You're able to like hit the cat. It's a big flat key. You're able to like hit it like a cookie cutter, and you'll bonk it right on the head as it's right in front of you. You'll watch his head go down, and then come back up, and it's just got like one half of its face is just off to the side, and the other's still just looking straight at you. Like, well, that really wasn't very nice.
Moonbiter's going to come around the corner, see the cat, and go, "I knew it! I knew it! Cats would be behind this for XL bullies. They've always had it out for our boys." I'm going to pull out a knife and go for it.
You take out a knife, and you're just gonna try and like shank this cat.
Yeah. But, I mean, warlocks, we've got a sense of, what's natural and what isn't, and this cat is not natural.
I just want to point out that I think, for me at least, your voice cut out right at the end, and I thought you said you're just gonna try to shag this cat.
Shank the cat.
I know that's what you said, but that's not what I heard. I think we at Science and Sorcery need a banner that pops up across the screen that says we do not condone violence against animals.
Yes, please go and roll me.
We are both packed of the Bully XL Warlocks. We obviously have a...
What are we supposed to do?
Cats.
Roll me for stab cat. Yeah, ass roll, please.
Okay. I've got a 1 and 4 5s.
A 1, so that is a success. You are able to like kidney stab this cat. Alex, you're really good with a cat noise. I remember you've done it before, so like it gets like stabbed in the kidney, and then you just watch as it just like pisses everywhere. Like the whole floor is just like covered in piss, and as you like remove the knife, you slip and fall and land like flat on your back, hitting your head and becoming dazed. So the other two, you have watched one of your like group just go up and like hit a cat with a key, and then the other one go up and stab it. What are you doing?
Can I make a skill roll to see if this cat is some kind of goblin magic?
Goblin magic? Yeah, of course you can.
Is it one of those naked cats?
No. It's like
Okay, because if it was, it would be goblin magic.
it's like a Norwegian forest cat. It's like like,
that's dangerous.
So it's like bigger than us, basically.
it's a big cat, like with this kind of off blue fur.
Something had to
3
be done.
5s and a 4.
3 5s and a 4. No, this is a cat.
Damn.
When you say its face is like hanging off to one side, is this like, is there blood coming out, or is it just like gelatinous weirdness?
No, like you haven't caused any like rupturing of the skin. You've basically just caused like one half of the jaw to go sideways. So you know how you know how you had that wolf skull and a raccoon skull. It's just like one of them has went off to the side.
Amazing. I'm gonna very quickly check the contracts I have with my clients, Moonbiter and Badunkadunk. See that in clause 1 it says the clients acknowledge that they are both idiots, and then I'm gonna take out some of the spam from my loose sandwich that I have in my pocket, and I'm gonna like wave it in front of the cat and then throw it off to the side in an attempt to get the cat to follow the spam.
Okay. Yeah. If you could roll me just a regular roll and a situational roll
dice.
because of the spam. Yeah.
4 and a 5.
This cat is a bit dazed. It is like half its face is hanging off one way. It's pissed itself and it's been stabbed. It sees spam and it goes yum, and it will run to the balcony and leap. And you just
You
watch
can throw it that far.
the spam goes flying off. The cat goes flying off. You just hear a small goblin go below. Oh, great! Do you know the password? And you're left there just with a pile of piss and a dazed friend.
And now a goblin. He'd consider this a ripe vintage. He's married now.
You want to try
A
it?
werewolf. Does anyone have a jar?
I do have a jar. It's full of ball bearings, but I have a jar.
Can I have the jar? I'd like to collect some for my friend
That's a science
as a
fact.
wedding present.
Like, if it's like you can put the piss in the gaps between the ball bearings because of
Yeah, that works.
structure.
Consider it part of my payment.
Okay, you can have pissy
I'm
ball
gonna
bearings.
scoop up piss from the floor in a jar full of ball bearings. To mail to a goblin from a previous one shot.
It might come in handy. You never know.
We never know.
Moonbiter's gonna pick himself up, walk over to Badunkadunk and say, I didn't know the Lord would test us so much today. One of those vile creatures in a place like this.
It's true. The evil reaches even into fireworks factories or something. I don't.
It's horrible. I hope they haven't exposed the poor XL bully here to any of them.
Yeah. Or unless he got to eat it, but then that's fine.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
So, behind the pile of piss where the cat was sitting, there is just a long, dark corridor. You can see at the end of it there is like a pair of double doors and lights going off behind it. Looks as though there are mechanical arms moving around, perhaps constructing things. You just
Can
have a
I
look
see
at the
if
corridor.
they're powered by any kind of goblin occult?
From where you are, even with a roll, probably not. It is quite far away.
Okay, when we get closer then.
Right, yeah, just a long dark corridor ahead of you.
Okay, I walk down the long dark corridor.
Wait, can I light our head candle on fire? Or I'll ask you first. Badunku da doo-doo-nook. The reason
Ooh, I like that
noticed that there's a long spooky corridor coming up. Maybe it would be kind of groovy if we had access to a light source. I can try and, blow your mind if you know what I mean. Light that head on fire. What do you think?
Yes, but we should, like, if there are any guards down there, we should say that it's their god.
I'm totally cool with that.
And some Squidward is your god.
Handsome flaming Squidward
Yeah.
is your god.
Mhm. May I
I'm
roll
gonna
ice?
offer Riz one of my matches.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think you need to roll for this. You're just lighting wax on fire. So, yeah, you're able to set Catherine Hepburn's head on fire. It's on a stick. You're able to light the way down this corridor. In which order are we heading down here?
I think
Who's
I'm still
holding the
holding
head?
the stick.
Is Fuckwit still first? And then...
I think I'm still first. It's Mr. Dickman to you.
Okay. And then who? So Mr. Dickman, then who?
It said there were magic arms. I think Riz will go near the front just so that they can detect magic as we approach.
So let's make it 2 and 2.
Yep.
Okay. Can I get you all to roll me just one singular d6 as you're heading down this corridor?
If I have a skill of sneaking, can I roll 2?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just dropped my dice on the floor. I'll find that later.
Good.
Could I argue for a candle roll? Because I also have the candle skill to, I don't know,
Yeah,
blend in with the shadows of the candle.
yeah, fuck it, yeah.
Well, that's bad because it's 2 1s.
Yeah, I got a 2.
I got a
I got a
5.
4.
Okay, so Badungadunk and Esquire, you are walking quite... I can hear myself back just in case anybody heard that.
Yeah, I heard that as well, but it's gone now.
If you are walking down quite sneakily, Riz, you are making quite a lot of noise as you go. Moonbiter, you are thinking quite heavily about the cats and just what might have been in store for this Bully XL Fido up front, and don't notice as your foot comes down onto a panel in the floor. You hear mechanisms start to click around you as the walls start to move in. And you are in a long corridor with slowly moving compactor walls.
Okay, I...
Before we go any further, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and we'll come back after you decide what you're going to do with these walls moving in upon you. So yeah, we'll be back at 2042.
Quarter 2?
Quarter 2 is fine.
Quarter 2? Yeah, quarter 2.
Yeah, okay.
Back at quarter 2, folks. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Oh dear. I'm sorry to tell you this, Katanga, but I'm afraid that this misery high bluff you keep talking about has just been a figment of your imagination.
Can Katanga make an insight check?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to roll deception?
No point, because that was a natural 1.
Well, if I notice this mid smooch, can I flick my tongue out for a quick taste?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check, I guess.
What is
Sleight
with
of
your
tongue.
characters and tasting things?
It's an under...
Mate, we've talked about these these body image issues, and like you can't be comparing yourself to like refreshing beverage cunt of all people.
Most of the fleas, because I assume Dream isn't actually being all that careful.
No.
So a lot of the fleas do manage to like jump ship. And
They're fleed.
I don't know what happens if you pour bleach on a flea. They might be fine.
It might disintegrate, I don't know.
Yeah.
Google it.
What happens when you bleach a flea?
That's
Live
like a-
Psychom coming straight at you.
Look, Psychom's just being... Okay, so...
That name.
So when the Sex Muskets sing, "God save the Queen," they
Yeah.
actually literally.
Yeah, they're quite sincere. A fascist regime, which we approve of.
It's
I
the,
called out with my own deep throaty alarm call as well.
What are you doing down here?
Oh, we're just taking a shortcut. You know, just traffic.
We're fumigating for sewer clowns here. You can't be here.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I've been called worse, but you better shut your mouth.
We all know the real sewer clown is Elon Musk and his tunnels, so... Kick me off Twitter, Elon, I dare you.
So, Boomslang will disguise himself as Reginar and be Big Spoon.
okay. So,
I got you, buddy.
so we cut to a scene where this Yuan-Ti, this snake person, is spooning a pudding angel.
No. Snake person disguised as a halfling.
Yes. Oh, you're even bigger a spoon than I remember.
Yeah, I just I just have that energy.
Delightful. Angel delightful. And then we fade to
Oh, is
black.
that your full name?
Fade to black of spooning.
I don't want to miss a thing.
So you see in the room Eridark Ariesis, who is a pallid elf fighter gunslinger. Do I have guns? Do I fuck? What you see is...
And we're back.
So we left off with you walking down a corridor and Moonbiter stepping on a panel on the floor that caused the walls to start to close in. They are moving fairly slowly, but you've got about 100 feet ahead of you in order to reach the two double doors. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I can think of two things we can do really quickly. One, we can use our mighty asses to just hold the walls apart. Or fart rockets.
Number two.
Arc rockets.
Fart rocket, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out the camembert from my sandwich rip it into 4 pieces, throw 1 piece to each of it, and then cram my own piece in my mouth to facilitate farts.
I get out the oil and rub it on our feet so we just slide along the floor.
Okay, so you all want to try to fart really strongly, having consumed some camembert and lubricated your feet.
Yes.
Yes.
And
As we
maybe
know,
like
Sam,
holding like a figure skating formation.
I've got
Yes.
a rope that I can pull out, so we can all grab onto the rope to.
Actually, one of the pairs of shoes I have with me is, oddly enough, they're bowling shoes, which are very slippy.
Ooh.
So I'm going to very quickly put those on my hands, and I'm going to do a handstand.
Which is perfect. You could have said roller skates, but you went for bowling shoes, so that's fine.
I might was on ice skates and went, no, that won't work. So it's bowling shoes instead.
So Moonbiter hands out rope so that you can all be attached in case someone doesn't fart hard enough.
Yes.
Fuckwit gives everyone a piece of cheese. Badunkadunk lubes up everyone's feet. Riz, are you adding anything to this?
I'm readying my fire fingers for to burn the farts.
Okay, so you're giving it an extra bit of propulsion by adding to the fire triangle and causing that explosion. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let us.
As we all know, Sam, all goblins are lactose intolerant. So
Yes.
these are some pretty impressive farts.
I think the thing is they're actually everything intolerant, but they just eat it anyway.
all roll ass rolls.
Boom.
And
Sam, you should have just said, let's all roll ass,
let's
and you
all
know
roll
it.
ass.
Let's all roll ass. That's a 6 for me.
Just one
No,
six.
it's
Just one
I've,
6.
I've got 3 6s.
I've got 2 6s and 1 1, so only 1 6 once things cancel out.
Okay.
I got a 6, 2 1s, and a 4 and a 5.
Okay, so overall that is 2 6s if we cancel everything else out. So what I will say is you all get yourselves in formation. One of you has bowling shoes on, you're tied together, we have the sparks coming out of the fingers of Riz, you all squeeze, and you just feel as one by one it's like ignition, it fires out behind you. Somewhere behind you there's just a small face going, "You've done me proud." And like the farts will come out, Riz will flame them, you will skid along the floor. Fuckwit, you will go faster with your lubricated bowling shoes, but everyone else is following behind. And you will come right up towards the front of these doors and cartoon style squish right into them. And as you hit them just in time, the compactor walls will just close behind. But you are fine as the doors swing forward and you all fall to the ground.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking
Good
about.
plan.
Proper goblin innovation.
Teamwork with asses.
And you have moved into a assembly room. You can see that there are many moving parts in here. You have kind of robotic arms that are moving small parts of fireworks together, delicately moving around small, minute amounts of explosive powders. You can see moving travelators moving completed parts towards their destination. You can see new things coming in. This whole room seems automated. There doesn't appear to be any life forms in this space that you can see.
Can I use? Oh, sorry. Can I use a skill to see if the fireworks are organized by the Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing risky about this. So this would just be like a regular roll with a skill roll.
What
Not
genres
too
of
bad.
fireworks?
Sam, how are we doing Psycom Nerd Dice for Goblin with a Fat Ass?
Extra 6 on top of there. So I would say, Alex, you currently have one for the piss in a jar.
a scientific.
Actually, no. You went. This is a science thing, and it was just like the piss could just go around the ball bearing. So actually, no.
There was something that I was aiming for then, and then it just went away in my head.
Yeah. The piss is actually stored around the balls.
Yeah. If you just say this is a science thing before any other statement, that makes you get a dice.
It was like that. It was like Dagmar in Cheltenham was like, solve this with statistics, and you were like, statistically speaking, if I do it this way, that will statistically work. But if you legitimately include a science fact, you get an extra d6 that you can use on
Cool.
But you wanted to check for the Dewey Decimal System.
I fucked it up. Huh?
Yes, Rachel wanted to check for this, but I have fact, which is the fact that John Dewey was a racist and sexist piece of shit, and that is still represented in the Dewey Decimal System to this day. And I just want people to be aware of this, that he categorized the system to make women and people of color less represented in his library organizing system. And it's not science, but I want people to know this.
Well, it's historical information around science and archivized materials.
Yes.
So I still believe that it is.
Okay.
So please do take an extra d6 to use at your own point. And Riz, what did you roll?
I got 2 5s, a 3, and 2 1s.
2 1s. Okay. So you will succeed because you did get a success, but we will get the 2 1s in there, and you were looking for whether or not they're classified by the Dewey Decimal System. You will see that no, they are not, and that actually there is no classification system here, and that everything is just fucking chaos.
At least he's not segregating the black fireworks.
Just everything is going everywhere. But what you are able to notice at this point is a strong smell in the air. Like an extremely strong smell in the air. It is pungent. It is vintage, might one say.
Is it piss?
Is he making ammonia?
It's not piss.
Could I use my alchemy skill to try to figure out what the smell is?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah.
Alright.
So that'd be 2d6, one for regular, one for your skill.
That's a 6.
You smell cheese.
Oh no, lads. Time for round 2. That's cheese, that is.
I'm feeling my gut reacting as we speak.
Oh no. Oh no.
Where's it coming from?
IBS.
Do I have an idea where it's coming from?
So this is a kind of multi-layered room that you watch the conveyor belts, which are moving higher up. They seem to be moving the final products to the top of the room, and your alchemy skills are able to tell that the wafting smell is coming from higher up.
Alright folks, they've got cheese up top. The big cheese. I say we probably steer clear, unless we need to get another rocket out of here, in which case, plenty of fuel.
Maybe he's trying to take over the world by making exploding cheese.
That's not a problem though, is it?
Yeah, but the other Bully XLs are in the world.
For now.
But once we save your patron, he can just get
Ascend
rid of
to the Bully
the
XL
problem
plane.
once he ascends, right? Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how that works.
But if we have the chance on the way out to maybe blow all of this up and could sort of look over to Riz, maybe we should.
Definitely in favor of that, but I've been hired to do a job which is to get Fido off of the charges that's been leveled against him by Rishi Sunak. So let's do that first, yeah, because otherwise I'm not getting paid.
Fuckwit became Cornish for a moment there. Did anyone notice that?
What's
Rishi
happening to my
Sunak, he's a
accent?
menace, he is.
It happened without me noticing. Very upsetting.
Accent drift is a real problem.
Riz just looks at Moonbiter and goes,
What would you like to do? There's conveyor belts moving up. There are robotic arms around. You have this cheese coming from above you. You would say that there isn't a door on the same level up in front of you.
Do we know where Fido's being kept?
The information you have is a glass onion suspended over a pit of lava.
Can I use the robot? Can I use my occult to see if I can control the robot arms to just like conveniently pick us up and carry us where we need to go?
So you want to channel the occult into robotics?
Yes.
Okay. This sounds like Tesla, but sure. We can try that. Let's make a roll for that.
So is it an ass roll?
That'll be an ass roll, because if this goes wrong, it's
And
going
and it's
wrong.
using one of my skills,
It
so
is. It
an extra
is.
one. Okay, so the good news, I got a 6.
That was a noise.
The bad news is I got 3 1s.
Ooh.
Okay.
the
So
wheel.
I also got a 4 and a 5, if that makes any difference at all.
so you got 3 1s and a 6, so that's 2 1s. It's a success still, but there is 2 consequences there, making this extra bad.
And the chaos clock moves, I
Yeah.
assume.
It does to 4. I don't know if we mentioned this at the beginning, but I'll just say again that we have a chaos clock as part of this, that every time the final result pushes in the direction of 1s, we add an hour to the chaos clock. If we get to 12, shit hits the fan. We're at 4.
I mean, it already hit the fan, but figuratively rather than literally.
Yes. What is your occult manifestation here in terms of controlling those robot arms? What are you hoping to do?
I think like I'm picturing like a cool thing like that kind of Dr. Octopus scene where the arms just sort of like lift me up majestically and sort of like transport me to where I want to go. With sort of like green tendrils sort of entwining them. But obviously that doesn't happen.
Well, with a 6, you can have that. We watch as like 2 of these robot arms kind of disconnect from their mechanisms and will just kind of like attach themselves to your back. And you now have 2 robotic arms at your disposal that you can use to move yourself around. But with 2 1s, these robot arms lift up. You see 2 red lights inside of them. They're 3-pronged, and they will just look at the non-occult members of your team, looking at Fuckwit and Riz and seeing enemy and start to move towards them. Moonbiter,
And I don't notice this at all. I'm just like, look what I did.
Yeah.
I would like to pull a fast one and very quickly change from my bowling shoes into a pair of cowboy boots, which I have in my pockets. Put on my 3rd pair of sunglasses, which makes me look like Tom Cruise. They've got a fake nose and everything. And put the overcoat back on. And slather my face in butter for my loose sandwich to try to look like I belong.
Is this a cult of Scientology? Is this like the cult that you're
I
part of,
assume so.
Or...
That's what they do. They hate psychotherapy and they love butter on their face.
Yeah.
That's the main two things about Scientology.
And XL bullies. They fucking love XL bullies.
No,
Sure.
don't make me feel conflicted.
Roll me an ass roll to slather yourself in butter.
with
Could
extra...
Could I help at all by, because I'm proficient in occult, by like shouting instructions on how to look more occult?
Yeah, give an extra d6 for like the occult.
Wait, so how many d6 am I rolling? Because I have a skill in pulling a fast one, and I have 3 different pairs of shoes, sunglasses, and an overcoat, and butter in my pockets.
So you're using 3...
5 for my ass.
5 for your ass, 3 for your items, 1 for your occult assistance. Yeah, I think it's 8.
Don't have enough d6s. Okay, I've
Alright,
got
3 and 1,
7,
that's
so...
9.
9, yeah. I've got
9?
7, so let me roll the first 7. That's 1 6 and 1 6 3 5s, a 2 and 2 1s. I'm gonna roll 2 more, which is another 6 and a 3, and I'm gonna use my nerd dice to roll another 1, which is another 6.
Ooh.
So in total, that's 2 1s and 3 6s.
So they cancel out and you get 1 6.
Nice.
You managed to make yourself look like risky business Tom Cruise. So like shirt and socks and nothing else really. And because he
Which is weird because I'm wearing cowboy boots.
Yeah, but like the robot arms see them as socks.
That's fair. I support them.
You don't slide in with your slippery feet from before.
Yeah.
And they see that you are not a threat. One of the red lights turns to amber, not full green. But Riz, what are you doing?
So I think at this point, Riz also has a bottle of oil, and will try and like present themselves as being friendly. Just be like, hey, no, I'm not an enemy, you know, why don't I give you a little shine? And start like shining the robot arm with a bit of flammable oil.
Yeah, you
Some
absolutely can
WD-40,
try.
just like, I know where it's...
Well, what
Yeah.
type of oil is it? Is it WD-40 or is it like extra virgin?
I would say whatever the most volatile one is, probably. It's basically like, it's crude oil, it's petrol, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we
These
just, like,
robot arms have a thing for virgins.
we're just like putting kerosene onto this robot arm.
Yeah.
Can you roll me 2d6 then, please, as a regular well, this would be ass because this is risky as well.
Okay.
Ass plus an item skill.
That will be 6 and 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 4s and a 5.
Okay, so that's a regular success. You're able to shine them up real good, and you also take like a huff of the kerosene and feel kind of lightheaded and ready to go.
Fuck yeah.
And you watch as this other red light comes to amber. Badunkadunk, you have 2 robot arms that are not about to attack your friends. Moonbiter, you've assisted in making sure that didn't happen.
I like to think I didn't even notice this was happening because the arms were behind me.
Yes. What are you doing now?
So my plan was to use the arms to sort of like climb up.
Well, if we grab onto you, Badonkadunk.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just climbing.
I can help with the climbing. I've got a skill of climbing from all the time I spend working on my ass.
I'd say that we don't need to worry too much about climbing because you're just kind of holding on to your companion, and these robot arms will be able to move you up to the top layer. As you reach this top layer, you see and smell the source of the cheese. You just see this, like, faced away from you, wearing like a Victorian dress with a big bustle, a wheel of Edam, like not looking at you, is just like kind of working away, looking away from where you are just now. To the right of them is another pair of double doors.
I just like hold up the key and go,
did you know that Edam, or Edam as British people call it, was the most popular cheese between the 14th and 18th century, both at sea and in remote colonies? Yes, I am quoting directly from Wikipedia.
Vintage.
You also know that
Very
it was made
vintage.
backwards. You know, I don't remember the last time I contributed a science fact for science and sorcery. Like, I really just don't. I appreciate you keeping me around. 'Cause, yeah.
I mean,
All right,
like,
Rachel,
let's-
your time to shine will come on the 2nd of February when we play in critical hits. It's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
You're storing them all up for then.
yeah, big time.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, let's be honest, right? Let's just like take a moment and zoom out from the story.
Mm.
Dagmar gave us like an in-depth, detailed like description of how to strangle a man, and that was a science fact. Earlier
I would
tonight,
like
Alex
to-
said piss around ball bearings, science fact.
Just like to go back to the strangling thing. I did not explain how to strangle a man. I said it takes an average of 6 minutes to strangle a man. I did not give pointers as to how you should go about strangling them.
Whatever you do, just do it for 6 minutes.
Set a timer for 6 minutes.
Garrote, thighs, whatever you want to use, 6 minutes is key.
Cheese wire.
Ask
Cheese
cheese,
wire.
yeah.
Cheese wire would actually probably just cut our throat, Alex.
Depends how. Oh no,
Cheese wire is very sharp.
This is true.
It'd be quicker than 6 minutes. Anyway, you
But
see.
if you do it for 6
see-
minutes, they'll definitely be.
Rob, how are you feeling? Be back in science and sorcery.
That's a science fact. Cheese wire.
When last time Rob was on, I was playing Richard Feynman because someone won a Twitter competition, so I had to put up with that.
Are we good?
Because this eating
Yeah.
cheese in a Victorian gown.
Yes.
How much of the bustle? Well, I don't know.
Set it on fire, Rachel. Set it on fire.
No, I have knowledge of goblin magic. Can I tell how much of the bustle is butt and how much is bustle?
Yeah, you can make a roll.
I thought you were
going to
say butt and soul.
You can make a roll for that. So.
What kind of roll? Just a 2d6?
I would say situational and a skill, so 3d6.
Wait, cool. 2 3s and a 2.
To you, it all looks like ass.
Wow, that's a lot of ass.
What is she doing? You said she was doing something.
You can just see that she seems to be working away on something with her using her hands. You can't see from where you are.
I'd like to sneak forward, please, so I can get a better look.
Yeah, use your sneaking skill then, I guess,
Yeah.
to do so.
Mhm.
Roll for that then.
4 and a 1.
Okay. I would say that you can see what she's doing, which is just packaging sparklers into little boxes, like delicately, and then like tying little bows on them, and then looking at them going, another perfect one, and doing it again and going, another perfect one, and popping them into boxes. But with that one, she will hear you and turn like, oh, hello! Oh, a customer! Hi!
Hi,
I'm Catherine. Who are you?
I'm Fuckwit Dickman, Esquire.
That's a lovely name. Are you here to buy some sparklers?
No, I'm the legal representative for the dog that's been being held hostage.
Fido! You're here to see Fido!
Yeah,
He's been asking for some legal representation.
that's me.
Are you provided by the state? He doesn't seem to have any money.
Of course. Yeah, his family's paying for me, actually.
Right.
Cousins.
He did say that he has like 16 brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
And,
they're
right.
brothers and sisters and cousins. It's a complicated family dynamic.
And you're here to see him to.
To talk about the legal issues, we're
Right.
gonna sue the judge.
Right.
I'm gonna do some squats on the judge's table. It'll be great.
Oh, that doesn't seem like a right way to handle a court case. I'm not a legal mind myself.
Are you a lawyer?
No, as I was going to say, I am
Didn't think so.
I am a humble cheese.
I can see that.
You shouldn't do yourself a disservice. You are a noble cheese.
Oh, you have friends.
That's the cousins. / brothers.
Hi.
Wait, the dog's cousins and brothers are goblins too?
Like I said, they're adopted. They don't know.
Right. From what he said, I just thought his brothers and sisters might be chihuahuas or pugs, but fair.
There's some of those too, but they all think they're chihuahuas. Don't say the G word.
I like the idea that like
It'll
chihuahuas
upset them.
actually are goblins. Like every time it's just like a chihuahua in the world, it's just like a little scheming guy.
What is the G word? I'm sorry, I don't follow.
Gooch. That's what Rachel's word about it.
Don't say gooch.
I wasn't going to.
Can you tell us where Fido is?
Well, he's in the lava pit.
Well, which way's that?
Through the doors here, you keep going down, take a left
Brilliant.
turn.
Thank you very much.
Well, you haven't shown a permit. You would usually have.
Oh, here it is. I'm gonna take out the block of ramen again. Gonna try to pull another fast one.
Yep, try again. Roll your dice.
That is a 6, a 4, and a 1.
Okay, so those cancel themselves out. It's like, that's an interesting looking. Well, who am I to judge? I am but a person made of food, so why not to say that you couldn't write a contract on some food? Of course. As I say, head down the corridor, take a left, try to avoid the gas traps on your way.
We'll do that. Thank you very much.
The master has
I've got
been...
some gas traps with me.
Right. Would
That
you
was
like-
a joke.
I'm
Risk
cheese, I
fuck.
don't have sense of humor.
You should request one from your boss. You're legally entitled.
Legally could you represent me?
Of course, I'm gonna hand her a slice of spam and then just keep walking.
Thank you very much.
Have my name and phone number carved into it.
I'll be in touch and just watch her like tucks it into like petticoat. What a lovely gentleman. And that you can.
I
head
keep
on.
walking fully
As-
nude beyond overcoat and shoes and sunglasses.
As everyone leaves, Moonbiter would like to just stay behind for a moment to talk to the cheese lady.
Of course you can.
And he's going to wander up to her and he'd say, So, how long have you known my cousin has been here?
Oh, I've been here since he arrived. We've gotten to know each other quite well.
And you didn't think maybe he'd be better off free?
He seems quite happy.
He seems happy in a cage over lava with fireworks.
Well, the master feeds him babies.
Babies? That's very high calorific for an XL bully. They've got to be lean.
Well, he has been. Yeah, now you say it, he has been. He has been looking a little chunky recently. Guess he's not getting the exercise he might need in there.
Sorry about this. You know too much. And I'm gonna use my warlock ability to non-lethally take out the cheese wheel. Moonbiter's gonna like crouch and jump into the air, and his non-Euclidean ass is gonna sort of unfurl in like a cavalcade of shapes that are too hard to describe. And as her eyes are sort of drawn deeper and deeper into the abyss that is his ass, they're just gonna start spinning, and then if it works.
Yeah. Please do roll an ass roll.
I
We'll
feel
be
like
there.
Rob deserves a nerd dice for this.
Add an extra one on just for me, because I'll cry.
Oh. And that is 4 6s and a 1.
So this was non-lethal.
It's a non-lethal, and it lasts for a minute.
You were just trying to knock her out.
Yeah.
Okay. So this cheese had like this Victorian dress, but you notice that there is like a wedge taken out of her. So essentially, there's like a gap missing in her head. And you watch as she just like stares into the abyss as you cause this to happen, and you watch as where the gap was just kind of like closes over, and like her eyes disappear, and she just falls back as though just an inanimate cheese. There is just a damn very large, expensive cheese on the floor now.
Moonbiter's gonna lay a hand, say, "Rest easy," and then
She's not
goes
going to
catch
say
up
a
with the
word
others.
to anyone. You catch up with the others. Do you say anything, or does anyone notice that Moonbiter wasn't there?
I don't think Badunkadunk has that kind of attention span to think about something that was 3 seconds ago.
Riz, Huckwit, are you two focused on the ahead?
No, I feel like Moonbiter was in the zone. Like, no, I did not see a thing, hear a thing, nothing.
I'm focused on getting my first client out, because then I have to start focusing on my next client, who has apparently just been knocked out by my current client. But you know what? That's I don't notice that.
Okay. She instructs you to head down the corridor, take the second left, and then through a door, and you'll get into the lava room with the glass
And
onion.
avoid the gas traps.
So, avoiding the gas traps, how would you like to try and do that?
What do they look like? Can we tell where they are?
You would have to decide and like make a roll to look for them.
Okay, so
I
we're
would like
goblins
to-
with fat asses.
We
I
are
think-
familiar with gas
Yeah, and we're good at
and
containing it.
traps.
So we did to like basically plug the gas traps with our asses in like sequence.
Well, I've got 6 shoes, so why don't we use those first? And then I've got 2 blocks of ramen and a block of butter. And I've got some spam left as well.
So how many objects is that?
6 shoes,
Mm-hmm.
3 pairs of sunglasses,
Yep.
2 blocks of ramen,
Yep.
a block of butter. We'll ignore the spam.
So
I've got various meat pies that I can add.
we'll say
That'll work.
We'll say 3 meat pies. So that's 15. Anything else anyone wants to add to the?
Well, I have a jar of ball bearings, and it doesn't say how many ball bearings.
It's usually 1,000 ball
Yeah.
bearings.
You're very small.
So let's
though.
say 1,000 die.
Does it help if they've been soaked in?
Maybe
piss?
you can do like an Indiana Jones thing, just like
Yeah. I'll
Right.
save my ball bearings for later.
I would hold your ball bearings. Okay, we have 15 items that you could potentially use to block the gas traps, if you wanted to. Badunkadunk, would you still like to use your ass to do this as well?
maybe what I'll do is I'll just gently fart in such a way as to you can see the airflow in this room because it's probably so dusty, but you'll be able to, if I clear it with my farts, you'll be able to see where the air is moving from the gas traps.
So like a laser maze, you're wanting to put smoke into the room
Yeah.
to see where the other gas is. Okay.
Yep.
roll for gently farting, which will be an ass roll.
Please don't shit yourself.
There's a 6 in there and a 5 and no ones.
Okay. Yeah, you let out this like silent fart. Like you just like turn to everyone and say, "I've got this." And it's just one of those like the cutest farts you've ever like not heard. But just like
Oh, yeah.
you don't hear the fart, but you hear the gas moving through the room. And it begins to seep through this corridor that you're in, and you watch as 1, 2, 3, a dozen little traps come into existence in your eyes. It's as though you're looking into the Matrix. You see a dozen gas traps.
The
small little
Matrix.
gas. Yeah.
We had
and-
15 items to try to block the vents.
Yes. But you see a dozen traps.
We've got more items than traps. I didn't see the problem.
What are you doing then?
Do we want to try to Tom Cruise our way through, or do we want to try to block the vents?
You are kind of dressed as Tom Cruise, so it feels
I am
appropriate.
Tom Cruise right now. This is true. With my ability of calisthenics, can I make my way through the gas trap field?
You can try. You absolutely can.
I don't actually know what calisthenics are in like the grand scheme of exercise, but I'm assuming it works. I think it's like light stretching.
I think it's like body weight stuff.
Oh, jump squats and burpees count. This is fine.
But for a goblin, this is going to be 40s.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can do that. What is anyone else doing? Is anyone else want to try and block these with the items? Or you now can see them.
Can I use the robot arms as like one of those like bomb disposal robots?
You'll have to roll for each individual one if you wanted to do it that way, but yeah. Just to say you've done it if you wanted to, just to be like, I'm Badunkadunk and I used my octopus arms to...
Yep, I do that.
Okay, Riz, Moonbiter.
Riz really wants to light the gas on fire. Like, Riz loves fire. Oh, but no, it'll be a whole thing. I'm in a fireworks factory, so it'll be a thing.
Or nothing will be a thing is more of the problem.
Yeah, that's very true. So if I was going to roll for anything, it would be like self-control. But I do not have that skill.
A forbidden
so,
stat.
yeah.
And Moonbiter, any thoughts?
I think he's gonna try to plug some of the gaps with his meat pies as he goes by to just make the path a little bit easier and just try to make his way through.
Okay. We're gonna go with calisthenics first. If you can roll for that, please. Risky roll and skill. Ass roll, yeah.
Yeah, I know how to count. 1 6 and 1 1, so they cancel each other out. A 2, a 3, and 2 5s.
Okay, that's a success. You're able to gently kind of stretch and move your way through. You're letting out small farts as you go, just adding to the gas in the room. Riz, you are seeing the potential in here even further now, but Fuckwit is able to make their way to the other end of the room without trouble. Moonbiter, you're going to try and plug a gas trap with a meat pie. Can you roll me an ass roll and add a skill or a situational dice because you've got an object to try it with?
All right. That is a 6 with no ones.
Plugged, fully plugged. The meat, like the kind of hot water crust pastry, just kind of seeps into the mechanisms, and you just like hear the as the gas stops. Perfect. Badunkadunk, you're gonna try and use your robotic arms to to stop some traps.
Yeah. Alternate theory that that's too late to do now, but would have also been scientific-ish. Scientific. Is we could have spread the piss everywhere and watched where the bubbles were emerging.
I mean, you still can.
I know where they are now, so it's kind of pointless. Yes.
Yes, risky roll and situational dice as well.
And with an item,
Ass roll and then one extra d6.
do I get an item for an extra one for the robot arms?
That would be the situational. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that is a 6 and a 1 that cancel out, but there's also 2 4s in there.
Okay, success. Yeah, you're able to like delicately bomb squad, like reach in with your robotic arms towards the mechanisms. You watch as like the arm looks around for which wire is it, and like you watch as there's just like sweat dripping down Brimgrim's face, and then red wire cuts it, and again the mechanism stops, and you're able to from there move yourselves to the other end of this space, avoiding traps along the way, nothing chaotic happening. And you just have a set of doors in front of you to head through to the room where you're told there's a lava pit and a glass onion with a dog in it.
Wait, do we still have the head?
I think I've been carrying it this whole time.
I don't think you've done anything to stop the head being around. There's been no fire or anything
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Yeah, we lit it on fire.
I've still got it. It's
We
still
have a
still
flaming
burning.
head.
it's a lot of
Okay.
It's a
wax.
big candle.
Yeah,
Yeah. Most candles are 8 hours, right?
sure.
Okay, here's a slightly science-adjacent fact. This is generally, like in the days before mechanical clocks, they would have basically candles that were measured with marks on them that would it would take a certain amount of time to burn down each mark, and that's how they would mark the time.
I mean, I like that. Take a d6 for that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That is pretty cool.
Okay. Yes.
You can still get candles for Advent as well, which you're meant to burn down every day leading up to Christmas. So it marks the day increments instead.
So
I
you
used to
just-
have those as a child instead of Advent calendars.
Nice.
I
So,
prefer chocolate
Yeah.
candle.
A chocolate fondue set that adds extra fondue the longer it is the Christmas.
Chocolate
Not one
fountain that
bar a day.
replenishes every
Yeah.
time.
so, double doors in front. What are you doing?
I was going to say stick the head through first.
Do the doors just open?
Well, what are you trying to go through, or are you trying to push so you can put the face through?
I'm trying to push so I can put the face through.
Yeah, the
but
door
if the
will-
doors don't open, yeah.
Yeah, the doors will open, so you're able to do that enough that you can stick this wax face on a stick through.
Yeah.
You don't hear any voices back.
Can Moonbiter, Bedunk, Edunk, can you give the call of your master so we know if he's in here?
Here, boy! Here, boy! Here, boy!
And you just hear a
Ooh! Good boy!
Is that
He's
him?
a good boy!
Moonbiter's going to do the equivalent of like, you know, when you sort of do the cross, he's going to put like a fake muzzle on his head as sort of a mark of respect. And then he's going to run on through.
Shit, my client's running in. I'm gonna follow.
you
Tom Cruise style.
move into this space, and sure enough, you see in front of you a large circular room surrounded by kind of rock and stone pathways. One long pathway towards a control panel, and you see there's a figure there, but suspended over the lava is this large glass onion shape, and inside it there is just one very sad, chunky looking dog with big puppy dog eyes looking down at you.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Daniel Craig?
I do declare.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no chance anyone's getting me to do that. That voice. But-
Sam almost quit a stream when we tried to get him to do a French accent on the moon.
We also have flying around 2 wyverns.
Have they muzzled the XL bully?
No, unmuzzled.
He has not been defiled.
Is this where we lawyer up?
I'm gonna
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna put on
lawyering
my
up.
third pair of shoes. Take off the cowboy boots. I'm gonna put on some slightly too large brogues. Stuff the cowboy boots back in my very big pocket.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
Right.
Does luring up mean we have to throw you at those wyverns? Dagmar.
What? Sorry, I was very distracted by Alex in the chat asking if he once paid Sam to do an English accent, and I was racking my brain trying to remember when that might have been.
Yeah, I said, does luring up mean we need to throw you at the wyverns?
Quite possibly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have robot arms for that.
Acceptable. I've got my lawyer shoes on. It's all good.
Or should we
Can
throw
I
you
just
at a man?
detect magic around to see if there's, a magical thing keeping the onion up there or anything?
You can roll. Yeah, absolutely. So that would just be a regular roll with like a skill roll on top.
Yep. A 1 and a 3.
You have no idea. You can only see that there's this mechanism panel and a large hulking figure by it.
Moonbite is going to walk over to Riz and just sort of like take a moment, put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Hey Riz, I saw you back there in the corridor. I saw that look in your eye. Saw you seeing that gas, thinking of what could be. What could be."
I hand the bottle of oil over.
Don't be held back by the expectations of society, by lawyers, by people who would want to cage our dear boys, the XL bullies. Live your dream. Light it up. Just go.
What about the dog?
Oh, we'll rescue the dog, but just cut loose. It's go time. Let's do it.
All right,
I'm gonna
thank
hand
you.
over my I'm gonna hand over my box of matches as well, wink at Riz, and say, just loud enough for only Riz to hear, "I've been disbarred."
I mean, to be fair, the more impressive thing is you were ever actually barred in the first place.
A single tear
Pull the
rolls
fast
down
one.
Riz's face.
Okay, what is Riz gonna do with that inspirational chat and objects were given?
Okay, now it's got a renewed desire to get the dog down. What, there's just a big hulking figure near the mechanism.
Yeah, it just looks to just be like looking at a clipboard, making some notes. You can see this is a large troll.
Uh-huh. Are they using the mechanism or they're just standing in front of it?
They're just standing in front of it.
Okay, Riz would like to run over and do a skill check for use magic device.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just going for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll ass with a skill. Because it feels risky, or should I just roll the 2?
I think this is risky, so yeah.
Risky.
I got a 1, and I got a 4, and 3, 2, 1. Sorry. 1, 1.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. 2 3s, and 1 4.
Okay, so you got a 4, so you will succeed here, but you have the 1. You are able to look at the mechanism and was like, oh, this looks quite simple. If I just put this dial here, pull this lever, pop in a couple of those figures, absolutely. And you look to be getting it, and suddenly you're just kind of grabbed by the navel as this large troll will pick you up. Like, From not
Sorry,
not the
Serge.
navel by the collar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The nape, I think is the word you're
The
looking
nape.
for. That would be so painful to be picked up by the navel. Riz is an outie.
Gentle caress
tired.
of the navel.
By the collar, and we'll just kind of hold you up in front, looking straight in your head like, "Who are you?"
Riz is just going like absolutely wild. Riz is like, gonna get the dog. I'm gonna get the dog. I'm gonna blow it up.
Wait, are you here? Are you here to get Fido? Who are you?
Riz doesn't even answer. Riz is just like.
And the troll will just kind of like hold you at arm's length, like, "Are you here alone? Who else is here?"
Can I roll to light the troll on fire?
You can absolutely try.
Thank you. Oh, I got 2 1s and 2
Oh,
4s
no.
and a 3.
You light yourself on fire.
I love it.
You're
Riz is
just like,
2 balls in there, so it's just everything on fire?
I would say that there's a success. You just watch like the hairs on his knuckles just like, and then you set yourself on fire.
Is that Chaos Clock as well?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
How many are we on the chaos clock?
7.
While
Amazing.
Riz is doing that, I'm just going to be like carefully like robot arming up the walls towards the onion.
Am I getting thrown into wyvern or not? Because if I'm not getting thrown into wyvern, I'm doing something else.
Do you want to be thrown at the wyvern?
Sure.
I throw you at the wyvern with my breath.
Right. Can you roll an ass roll?
Which of us is rolling this?
Badunkadunk. Roll me an ass roll and a situational roll, an extra d6 because of your robot arms, to try and successfully roll fuckwit at a wyvern.
No crits in either direction, but there is a 5 and a 4.
Okay, so you are picked up fuckwit and launched into the air towards this large flying wyvern, and you are able to land directly on its back, and it will look round at you and start to like hiss and screech. But
I'm
you're
gonna
holding on.
lower some wraparound blackout sunglasses over its eyes while I scream, "I object!"
Roll me an ass roll.
I'd like to. Absolutely, I will. Do I get an extra one because
Yes,
I have the
'cause-
wraparound sunglasses?
Yes, the sunglasses as well. Yeah.
I rolled 4 once.
And what else?
A 4 and a 5.
Okay. So you are able to put the sunglasses over the eyes of this wyvern, and as you're doing that, you kind of slip and fall with 4 ones and just are falling towards lava.
Robot arm, go!
Perfect.
Go, go, gadget!
I would like in that moment to use. I'm trying to remember the contents of my sandwich. I would like to stuff the block of butter in my mouth to give myself gas and fart my way to safety.
Sure. Another ass roll, and situational roll, so an extra d6.
I might chuck a rope over the side to try to give something to grab.
Yeah, you can do that.
2 6s,
Yep.
2 3s, and a 1.
So 1 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 3 3s and a 1, yeah.
Yeah.
But still 1 6.
You throw half a block of butter down your throat, and then just like, do you have a god?
No.
No. Okay.
You'll need one.
You just
I am my own god, Sam.
you pray to yourself, and you squeeze, and everyone else, at least Moonbiter and perhaps Badunkadunk are watching. Out of the corner of your eye, you just see Riz on fire, like screaming in delight. And then you just watch from the back of Fuckwit, these two ass cheeks just start to go. As you like fart so like explosively and fire and split into the side of the glass onion.
Like
and
starfish.
The remaining little bits of butter around your mouth keep you stuck to the sides. And
I'm still holding the head on a stick, which I'm using as an anchor. And some Squidward is anchoring me.
Fido walks over and just starts licking the windows where you are.
So, we're here with our Lord and Master. What is what is the play?
Well, I think Riz and I are still down below, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think my moving up the wall got cancelled, so I was presuming I was still with you because I was throwing Fuckwit Esquire instead.
So yeah, what you both see is one of your group self-immolated, being held by a troll. The other one is very, very slowly sliding down the side of the glass onion, held in place by melted butter. And there's just a troll being like, "Are you here alone? Where's your friends? You can't have come here alone."
Moonbite is gonna pull out his knife brackets bigger and is gonna just charge. He's like, "They've got Riz, we've got to get him!" And he's gonna charge at the troll and try to break Riz out because he sees Riz sort of like shooting around and he thinks she's in horrible pain. The trolls set them on fire and he needs to put a stop to that.
Of course. But before we roll, Badunka, you following? What are you doing?
If you're going to save Riz, I'm going to go save Fuckwit Esquire, and also Fido. So I would be like up the wall.
I don't think you need to roll for that because these are like really good robot arms. You're able to like crawl all the way around and get onto the glass. So you are on the outside of this glass onion. I'm getting ready to try and grab onto Fuckwit. Moonbiter, you run over towards the troll with the immolated goblin. And are you just gonna try and stab the troll?
He's gonna run over and jump with this like bigger knife in his hands, and as he jumps, the weight of the knife sort of like spins him round, and he just turns into this wheel of death and catapults towards the troll.
You can roll me an ass roll with with an extra d6 for your item.
That is a 6, no ones.
Yeah, it is very impressive. You start to like get up to like a huge level of speed as you're moving through the air. This bigger knife will just launch itself into the ass of the troll that you're heading towards, who will yelp in pain and turn around going, "Where the fuck did you come from? Is this your friend? Get that knife out my ass!"
Let go of my friend!
Okay! We'll drop Riz.
Riz slams to the ground. It's just like, just like embracing the power of the chaos, and turns to Moonbiter and says, "Let's get the fucking dog." And now I like to start throwing ball bearings at the glass onion.
Well, now I've rescued
Fuckwit.
FD. It's like I finally use this key. And then I go towards the lock and then just bludgeon the lock.
There isn't like a padlock on it. It is just like a big glass door that you can see with like mechanized bars that are kept in place. So you can hit at them with your robotic arms, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. And
even with my giant key.
Even with your giant key, it's not a radar key. This is just a big cookie cutter that you're hitting glass with, and the troll will like look at the goblin throwing ball bearings at the glass onion. The goblin is hitting it with robotic arms, and look at the knife in its ass and be like, I don't get paid enough for this. You want the dog?
You need legal representation.
No, I've got a very good lawyer.
What's his name?
Stumpy.
Oh, fucking hate Stumpy! Piece of shit! I'm gonna throw another piece of spam at the troll's direction. It's another business card.
Wait. I throw
Hire
at
me!
the troll.
What do you throw at the troll?
Fuckwit.
You launch Fuckwit through the air. Fuckwit throws spam. The Fuckwit just lands straight into the troll. The troll is
I starfish onto his face and just glomp on with Olins.
You can't.
Wait, get the dog! Get the dog!
You hold there for 6 minutes.
I clamp my thighs tighter around the troll's neck.
Okay, so this troll has a face hugger, a knife in his ass, and what are you trying to do?
I think Moonbiter's going to go to the controls and see if he can get the door open.
Okay, you can make me a roll for that. Just be a regular roll just for using the...
Yeah. That's a 4.
A 4. You can see that if you had the right key, you would be able to operate this, but currently that key is not here.
We need a key! Anyone got a key?
I throw the key.
I've also got a key.
What type of key does Riz have?
Riz has a more modern key. It's oddly sized in that it's too big for a modern door. But Riz tends to just use it for stimulants, so it's fine.
You can try that key. You put it into where there's a keyhole mechanism that you would put in a turn. It doesn't quite fit. It's not going to go in. The cookie cutter definitely doesn't have the right shape. Fuckwit, you can just hear a...
Where I'm glommed onto the troll, can I see a key on his person?
No.
Shit.
Quick,
I'm gonna just
I
suck my stomach in slightly so that his mouth is released. Can we hear what he's saying?
And you just hear 2 words. Nature's pocket.
Right,
You're
I don't know what
marsupial?
that's about. Give me the wax.
Someone
tape.
get in his ass!
I got the oil.
But you're also on fire.
I've cauterized the wound.
At this moment, the 2 wyverns will kind of notice what's going on.
One of them has blackout wraparound sunglasses on,
That's
so
true.
he can't see.
I would say, actually, remembering that, you will at this point just watch a wyvern into a wall and collapse. The other one notices that happen, looks at you, and you hear a screech. So in sequence, you've heard a troll go nature's pocket, and then a screech from a wyvern.
One of you warlocks deal with the wyvern, and I'm gonna just clamber around. I am the skill of climbing. I'm gonna clamber around the side of the troll and reach into nature's pocket to get the key.
Cool. You go under the little kind of flap skirt that he has on, and reach your hand in. Can I get you to make ass roll?
Do I get a bonus because I'm good at climbing?
Well, the climbing would help you go over the troll. It wouldn't help you search inside his anal cavity.
But I do have the ability to roll ass to instantly steal any loose object not held or worn in hand's reach.
Yeah, sure. Well,
Okay, so I am just rolling ass in that case.
Yeah.
So.
I, meanwhile, will use my warlock ability to curse the other wyvern.
Okay. How are you cursing it?
I think I'm cursing it with IBS.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, just roll ass and skill.
6 in there, no ones.
6 and
I
9.
got 2 6s and 1 1.
Okay. You are able to give this wyvern like hot snakes. It's got bubble gut and hot snakes, and it is flying around. And you just watch there's like a trail flying behind it, like a streamer, like flying behind this wyvern. And it like takes its claws and holds them against its abdomen, and you'll just watch as it lands next to the unconscious one and just kind of doubles over. Meanwhile, Fuckwit, you have your arm inside a troll, and you're reaching around and you feel like a metallic item pull, but you feel something else. You feel, oh, okay, there's like a chain, and so you just like pull more and more and more. And the key comes out, but you also find like a small dog tag.
What does it say?
Fido.
Amazing. I'm gonna regret mentioning this, but when I was 16, I went to a summer school in Grenada, the Caribbean island, which was a veterinary summer school, and I ended up winning the award for, it was called the Golden Glove, for being the best at handling animals, but it meant I got to carry around a stick with one of those elbow-length latex gloves on it for the whole day. It was very fun. So that's what this is reminding me of. And no, I did not stick my arm inside of an animal during the summer camp.
Aww.
Anyways, I've got this key. I'm gonna throw the key at Moonbiter, who I believe is still trying to fit keys into a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as your arm comes out, you just hear a from the troll.
Shut up!
I don't get paid enough for this. You'll just like run off.
How much does he get paid to have a key up his ass?
Orders!
You place the key into the mechanism and turn it, and you'll hear mechanisms in the ceiling of this room start to click into place as the glass onion moves towards where you are. And you just see sitting at the door just this very like happily wagging tail, tongue lolling out, Fido. And as it reaches the edge of the lava pit, you see the door release start to open.
I get ready to catch it with my robot arms.
The dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you hold out your 2 robot arms to catch the dog, and as it goes to leap, the glass onion just takes this huge shock reverberation as a firework hits it from the side. And you just see from the door you came in, this very short, squat-looking man with like a crinkled Wario-style moustache, holding a rocket launcher. That's
The firework bounced. I'm sorry,
No,
go on.
and you go.
The firework bounced off, right? So I think if I see that, I'll say to everyone, get in the onion.
Yeah, you do see that it bounces off. Yeah, so yeah, everyone climbs in the onion.
And then out the hatch, I kind of look back to the group like, it's now the time.
Do it, Riz. We believe in you.
And like, I want to throw it in the lava pit and like close the hatch. So we're like protected by the onion. Shall I roll A?
Yeah.
Is this Moonbiter's cocktail from earlier?
Yes, yeah, it is. It is.
You get an extra dice for the item.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, let me add that one on. Okay, I got a 1,
Mm-hmm.
but I also got 3 5s and a 4 and a 3.
Okay, so it's a success. You're able to throw this concoction directly down into the lava, and you just watch this man with the rocket launcher. You recognize as Sparky Tompkins. His eyes go, fuck, and like run to try and like jump, but it's too late because as you throw it in, you throw yourself into the onion, shut the doors, and this colossal explosion as essentially a volcano erupts. The onion flies out of this mansion, similar to the great glass elevator from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like you all are thrown into the air and you feel weightlessness for a second. It's like nothing in the world has ever caused you pain or strife or anxiety. And Moonbiter and Badunkadunk, you just watch as Fido kind of like floats towards you and licks you both in the face.
My leash.
And you
Sign
then
of the muzzle.
reach like the precipice of this explosion and then plummet back towards the ground. This glass onion is plummeting at such a rate back towards the ground. It has kind of looked up and over, so you're not going back towards the mansion, but you are heading towards like large countryside fields towards it.
Okay, my liege, it is time to unleash your true power. And using my goblin occult powers, I'm going to cast successive like enlargement spells on Fido. So he's a like 18 XL bully.
XXXXXXXXXL.
And so basically I want him to be like kaiju size so he can catch the onion like a ball.
Yeah, okay. So you are casting Kaiju on Fido. If you could make a risky roll with a skill D6 as well.
Can I add my goblin occult knowledge to this
yes,
spell?
an extra D6.
What the hell? I'll throw in my my science dice into that as well. So
Yep.
that's 1, 2. So that's 7, I think.
Okay,
Does that sound right?
sounds about right. Depends on your ass size, I can't remember.
Okay. So 2 1s and a 5. No 6s.
So you do have a success in there, so you are able to make this dog incredibly large, but because it's getting large from the inside of an onion, it causes the onion to smash, and so you're all free floating at this point, and all free falling. The dog is very large, but I would say that Badunkadunk, you would have been one of the ones to think, I'll hold on to the dog's collar. The other 3, you are free falling as a result of 2 ones. So what are you doing?
Liz is just enjoying her last few moments on Earth. Like, she fulfilled exactly what she wanted to do. She doesn't need the dog anymore. She's truly free. So she's free for it.
I just call out, like, but look at the dog's ass. Look how padded it is.
I think Moonbite is going to get at his rope and try to like lasso himself to Fido.
Yeah, you can absolutely try and do that. So we'll start with that, but Fuckwit, are you doing anything?
I would like to use my overcoat, which I still have, this brocaded burgundy bathrobe, to try to turn that into a parachute.
It would be like a wingsuit, I think, more than anything else.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm trying to channel the flying squirrel.
Riz, are you taking any inspiration from Badunkadunk saying, look at the large ass?
Yes. Yeah, maybe I'll try and, like, in my bliss, kind of like skydive towards the dog.
Yep.
But just very, slowly, calmly, just, living my best life, basically.
Okay. Could I get you to roll me an ass roll for that? Fuckwit an ass roll with your skill, and Moonbiter an ass roll with your skill.
Right.
Oh. I succeeded. I got a 5, but I also got a 1
Okay.
and 2 Ds.
Yep.
Oh god, I can see how this could go wrong.
I've succeeded with a 5, 6 and 1 cancel out.
Yep.
I've got 2 6s and 1 1.
Okay.
So 1 6 once it's cancelled.
This dog lands on the ground. It is an 18 XL. It is barely jumped at this point. But Dunkadunk, you are kind of holding on tightly to the collar, and you just hear the dog go, "Oh!" as like Riz enters nature's pocket. Like you have successfully landed. You then hear another "Ah!" as Moonbiter, you lasso onto, this is a large male dog, onto the large testicles hanging behind it, and are just swinging backwards and forwards. And Fuckwit, you rolled 2 6s on there. You are able to turn yourself basically into a flying squirrel and come into a perfect landing along the kind of back spine of the giant dog.
I do a 3-point landing, flick my head, and the sunglasses fly up to the top of my head, and I look real cool.
Yeah, as that happens, there's an explosion continuing from the mansion. You don't look.
Cool for that.
Yeah. Riz, you kind of extricate yourself from nature's pocket. Moonbiter, you're able to just kind of lower yourself to the ground. And Badunkadunk, you're sat triumphantly atop the dog's collar.
Oh, this fella's called Clifford, by the way.
As the Riz gets out of the butthole and just drops on the ground, and she goes, "The Riz is reborn tonight."
Takes a class in
Reborn
Warlock.
See the ass of God.
So funny.
And that was Goblin with a Fat Ass. As Fuckwit, Riz, Moonbiter, Badunkadunk have successfully retrieved this famous dog from Sparky Tompkins' fireworks factory and mansion. I'm going to hand back to Darkmar to wrap us out for the evening.
Yep. Thank you, Sam, for running this absolutely ridiculous game. Very special shout out to Tom Bloom, who wrote Goblin with a Fat Ass. So if you want to play yourself, please do look up the instructions, Goblin with a Fat Ass. This has been loads of fun. Now, I'm gonna start Rob as our special guest for the evening. Is there anything you'd like the audience to know? Anything you're working on right now? Places they should find you? Places they shouldn't find you? Anything at all that you want them to know?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. It's been loads of fun. You can find me on Twitter at rcoopers661. I'm currently working on a RPG podcast which involves lots of dinosaurs and paleontologists, which will hopefully be out later this year.
Ooh, exciting. Well, we'll definitely let us know when that does come out, and we'll be very happy to tell the audience about it. But thank you again for joining us. Sam, Rachel, Alex, anything you want the audience to know?
Play this game. This is stupid fun and really enjoyed it, and definitely people should go and check it out because it was hilarious. Like to sit on this side of the table and watch you all think about what stupid things your goblins could do.
There was no thinking involved, Sam. That was ridiculous. Rachel,
Well, I did
Alex,
decide not to
anything?
die at the end.
This is fair. This is fair. Yeah, Rachel, Alex, anything else? Anything you've got coming up you want the audience to know about? No? Alex?
Just the usual, pay me to do art for you.
Pay Alex to do art for you.
Yeah.
Pay me to do literally anything. I'm still unemployed. And tune back in on Sunday as we return with You Awaken in a Strange Place. And keep an eye out for more information coming up very soon about our one-shot with the Vagina Museum, critical hit on the 2nd February. But until then, we will see you on Sunday. Alex in the chat, not literally anything. You know what I meant, you piece of shit. We will see you all in
She will,
a few
however,
days'
strangle
time.
someone for you.
In 6 minutes flat. See you on Sunday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Good night.
Bye.